Now we have Wassce 2024 objective question number 11. The question says an interior angle of a regular polygon is 168 degrees. Find the number of sides of the polygon. Now this is the question on polygon, so let us begin with writing out the formulas involved in simplifying polygon. So we have sum of interior angles to be equals to n minus 2 multiplied by 180 degrees. Similarly, the sum of exterior angles is simply 360 degrees. Also, an exterior angle in itself, the exterior angle is equals to 360 divided by n, because n is the number of sides. Now we want to generate one principle that says that exterior angle plus interior angle is equals to 180 degrees. How do we get about that? Let's draw a simple polygon. Let's say a pentagon. As the case may be, yeah. Now say for instance we have the interior angle I, and with this interior angle I, we can continue this straight line in this format, and we will call this the exterior angle E. So let's call this I. Now with this, we understand that the angle in a straight line is equals to 180 degrees. So we are saying that I plus E is equals to 180 degrees. That is how we have, that's the exterior angle plus interior angle is equals to 180 degrees. Now with this done now, the question says we have the interior angle to be 168 degrees and we are asked to find the number of sides. So we have interior angle I to be equals to 168 degrees. What is n? The number of sides. Now if we look at the formula that relates the number of sides simply is the sum of interior angle and also exterior angle is equals to 360 degrees divided by n. Now we don't have the sum of interior angles, but we can evaluate the exterior angle using interior angle plus exterior angle is equals to 180 degrees. So with that done, let us evaluate the exterior angle. So we remember that I plus E is equals to 180 degrees. So therefore we are saying that 168 plus exterior angle is equals to 180 degrees. So exterior angle is equals to 180 degrees minus 168 degrees. Okay. And we have that the exterior angle is simply equals to 12 degrees. Now from exterior angle is equals to 360 over n, definitely we can find the number of sides. That n, it will be equals to 360 divided by the exterior angle. That's 360 degrees divided by E. Now we have 360 degrees, the exterior angle is 12. That's 360 divided by 12, and we have the number of sides to be equals to 30 sides. So we have option A. So all we did, write out all the formulas involved in what we are dealing with, regular polygon. We have the interior angle and we're looking for the number of sides. Interior plus exterior is equals to 180 degrees. We evaluated the exterior, and from the formula of exterior angle is equals to 360 over n, we have that n is equals to 360 divided by exterior angle, and we have n to be equals to 30 sides, which is option A. Let's proceed on to Wassce 2024 objective question number 12. We're given that 3x minus 2y is equals to minus 5 and x plus 2y is equals to 9. We're asked to find the value of x minus y and x plus y. So 3x minus 2y is equals to minus 5, x plus 2y is equals to 9. So we are looking for x minus y and x plus y. Now how do we simplify this now? So we have to know the value of x and the value of y. So with this, we have two equations, two unknowns. So this is simply simultaneous equation. So we can call 3x, okay, minus 2y to be equals to minus 5. We can call this equation 1. And x plus 2y is equals to 9. We call it equation 2. So we can use substitution method, elimination method, as the case may be. So let's use elimination method. So let's add these two equations together. Adding them together, we have 3x plus x. So this will give us 4x. Minus 2y plus 2y will have 0. And minus 5 plus 9 will have 4. So with this, we have x is equals to 4 over 4, which is equals to 1. So if x is equals to 1, what is y? So with that, we can go directly from, let's say, equation 2. From equation 2. Equation 2 says x plus 2y is equals to 9. So we know that x is equals to 1. So we can evaluate y. So 1 plus 2y is equals to 9. So with this, 2y will be equals to 9 minus 1, which is equals to 8. So 2y is equals to 8, then y is equals to 8 over 2, which is equals to 4. So y is equals to 4. Now we have the value of x and also the value of y. And the question says we should find the value of x minus y and x plus y. So all we just have to do is to make the substitution. X minus y divided by x plus y. X is 1, just as we have here, and y is 4. So that we have 1 minus 4 divided by 1 plus 4. And this will give us minus 3 divided by 5, which is equivalent to option B, minus 3 divided by 5. So like that, we have solved the question. Let's proceed on to WAEC 2024 objective question number 13. We have a question on proportionality here. It says a variable W varies partly as M, that's directly proportional as to M, and also partly inversely as P, which was the following correctly represents the relation with K1 and K2 as constant. So in view of this, let's take a quick recap on proportionality sign. So the first one is when A, let's assume A is proportional to B, that's directly proportional. To remove the proportionality sign, we have to involve the constant of proportionality, that's K, B, where K is the constant of proportionality. Now, if we now have that, let's say C varies inversely proportional to D, so this will become C is equals to K over D, where K is the constant of proportionality. Now, when we say something is inversely partly proportional, so let's say A is partly proportional to B. Likewise, A is partly proportional to the inverse of P, of let's say C. So we are saying that A will have a constant of proportionality K1 with respect to B, and similarly A we have a constant of proportionality K2 with respect to C. Then this A now will be the sum of these two expressions. So we are saying A will be equals to K1B plus K2C, K2 over C rather. So with that, now let's go back to the question. The question says M, we have a variable W that varies partly as M, that's proportional to M, and we also have if the variable W itself varies inversely, partly inversely as P. Now with this, this means that W is equals to K1M because it's partly, so we have the part expression of W to be K1M, and because it's also partly, we have that W is equals to K2 over P. What we just did was to change this proportionality sign here to equals to by involving the constant of proportionality K1 and K2 respectively. So like we did here, we added the two expressions together. So we'll have the final expression of W to be equals to K1M. So we add this to this, K1M plus K2 over P. So let's rewrite that well. So we have W to be equals to K1M plus K2 over P, and this is an expression for option C. So as you can see, we learned about direct proportional, inverse proportional, and partly proportional, and we implement partly proportional in the question. We have WAEC 2024 objective question number 14. The question reads thus: a cylindrical metallic barrel of height 2.5 meters and radius 0.245 meter is closed at one end. Find, correct to one decimal place, the total surface area of the barrel. Take pi to be equals to 22/7. Now, before we proceed, let's look at the various forms of total surface area of a cylinder. Now, the first form is when we have a cylinder which is closed at both ends. So we are saying here that the total surface area will be equals to, since it's closed at both ends, we have the surface area or the area of a circle 2, as the area of a circle, which is pi r squared, then 2 because it is closed at both ends, plus the area of the height h. Remember, it has radius r, and that will be 2 pi r h. In the same vein, let's reduce the size now. In the same vein, we will have another cylinder. This cylinder now is closed at just one end, like the question, maybe at the top or at the middle. So we have the total surface area for this now. Since it's just one circle that is closed at one end, then we'll have just pi r squared, okay, plus the surface area of this embedded rectangle, that's 2 pi r h. In the same vein, finally, when it is open at both ends, so we have open at both ends, open at both ends. So we have this open. So now we can see that it's just there, no circle, just the square embedded in it, and that will give us the total surface area to be equals to 2 pi r h. Now the question says we have a cylindrical metallic barrel in this format. The height is 2.5 meters, the radius is 0.245 meters, and it is closed at one end. We should find, correct to one decimal place, the total surface area. So definitely we are using this formula. So we have that total surface area. Okay, we can change to black now. That total surface area is equals to pi r squared plus 2 pi r h, because it is closed at one end. So with that, let's factorize to make our calculation easier. So we have pi, let's factorize with pi r, and we'll have r plus 2h. So with this, let's make our substitution. In the question, we are given that pi is equals to 2/7, 22/7. The radius is equals to 0.025, 0.245 rather, 0.245, and then this is being multiplied by the radius again, 0.245 meters, plus the height, and we can see that the height is 2.5 meters plus 2.5. So all we just have to do now is to simplify this, and this will have 22/7 multiplied by 0.245 multiplied by When we simplify this expression in the bracket, we'll have 5.245, and this would be 4.03865 meters squared. Now the question says correct to one decimal place. So to one decimal place, this is simply 4.0 meters squared, and this is an expression for option C. So we have learned now about the various forms of total surface area of a cylinder. This first expression is closed at both ends. This second expression is closed at one end, and this third expression is open at both ends or both sides. So whenever you see a question on calculating total surface area, ensure to apply the right formula. WAEC 2024 objective question 15. The question says we should make R the subject of the relation, and the expression we have is V is equals to pi L into R squared minus R squared. Now which R are they talking about? The capital letter R. So we want to make this the subject of formula. So in view of that, let's begin. So the first thing we'll do is to divide both sides by pi L. Let's write it as we're saying it. Divide both sides by pi L. So therefore we are saying V divided by pi L is equals to pi L into R squared minus R squared divided by pi L. So in essence, we are saying V minus pi divided by pi L is equals to big R squared minus small r squared. Big R squared minus small r squared. So we are going towards the big R. So let's add small r squared to both sides. So let's add r squared, okay, to both sides. So adding r squared to both sides, we have V divided by pi L plus r squared is equals to r squared minus r squared plus small r squared. Now with this, we know that this will nullify to give us 0, and therefore we'll be left with V divided by pi L plus r squared is plus small r squared is equals to big R squared. Remember, we want to make big R subject of formula. So all we just have to do now is to take square root of both sides. So with this, take square roots of both sides. So let's take square root of both sides now. So we'll have R, this will be V divided by pi L plus R squared is equals to the square root of R squared. Now of course, we understand that the square will nullify the square root in this case, and we left with R on the left hand side, and this will be equals to V over pi L plus small r squared. And yes, now we have made big R subject of formula, and this is equivalent to option A. WAEC 2024 objective question number 17. The question says, a number is added to both the numerator and the denominator of the fraction 1 over 8. If the result is 1 over 2, find the number. So now we have a fraction 1 over 8. So we have a number being added to the numerator and the denominator. So let's call that number x. Okay, added to the numerator, added to the denominator. And when it is being added, the result is 1 over 2. So the question is, what is x? So all that matters in objective questions or theory questions most of the times are just word problems. How do we interpret the question? Now let's read the question again. A number is added to the numerator, a plus 1 plus x, and the denominator, 8 plus x, of the fraction 1 over 8. If the result is 1 over 2, find x. That's find the number. So with this, we have the fraction 1 plus x divided by 8 plus x is equals to 1 over 2 is an expression. So now let's find x. So to do this, we just have to cross multiply. So when we cross multiply, we have 2 into 1 plus x. Okay, 2 into 1 plus x is equals to 1 into 8 plus x. So with this, we have 2 into 1. So opening the bracket now. So we have 2 plus 2x is equals to 8 plus x. So with that, we factorize x. So we bring x to the left hand side. So we have 2x plus x. And let's bring this 2 from the left hand side to the right hand side. So this will give us 8 minus 2. So this will have x to be equals to 6, which is equivalent to option D. So remember, read the question, interpret the question, confirm the interpretation before you solve. Now, WAEC 2024 question 18. The question goes thus: Gift, Justina and Frank shared 60 oranges in the ratio of 5:3:7 respectively. How many oranges did Justina receive? This is a very simple question, so let's solve together. So we have gifts, okay, we have Justina, and we also have Frank. All are sharing 60 oranges in the ratio of 5:7:3:7. Now the question is, how many oranges did Justina receive? So to get the number of oranges Justina received, we first have to take the total ratio. So the total ratio is equals to 5 plus 3 plus 7, which is equals to 15. Now the number of oranges, okay, let's just write the general formula. Number of oranges a person receive, number of oranges for A, let's say for person A, is equal to the ratio for A divided by the total ratio multiplied by the total oranges. All right, so now we can now change this A now. We'll now write Justina. So the number of oranges for Justina is equals to the ratio for Justina, just for understanding's sake, divided by the total ratio multiplied by the total number of oranges. So therefore this formula itself, you can see this formula itself is applicable for finding the number of oranges for gifts and as well as the number of oranges for Frank. But the question focuses also on Justina. So therefore we'll have the number of oranges received by Justina to be equal to the ratio of Justina divided by the total ratio multiplied by the total oranges. The ratio for Justina is 3, the total ratio is 15, the total oranges in the question is 60. So therefore we have 3 divided by 15 multiplied by 60. So in view of that, if we simplify this, we will have 12 oranges. You can use the calculator or you can simplify normally, and this will be equated to option A. Let's proceed further. WAEC 2024 objective question 19. Now we have a question on quadratic equation. We are asked to find the quadratic equation whose roots are 2 over 3 and minus 1. So 2 over 3 and minus 1. So there are two ways to solve this. So we'll use the first method first before we proceed to the second method. Now we're given that the roots x to be equals to 2 over 3, likewise x to be equals to minus 1. So from the roots we can generate the factors of the quadratic equation. So this will be x minus 2 over 3 is equals to 0. Likewise this will be x plus 1 to be equals to 0. So this is a factor, likewise this is a factor. So with this we can simplify this factor now. Just multiply all through by 3 and we will have 3x minus 2 to be equals to 0. So now we have these two factors. We have 3x minus 2 and x plus 1. Let's call these ones factors. So therefore the quadratic equation will be multiplying the factors together. That's 3x minus 2 we multiply by x plus 1 still equals to 0. So with this we can open the brackets, 3x minus 2 and x plus 1 to be equals to 0. So let's begin with 3x, open with x plus 1 minus 2 multiplying x plus 1. So this will result into 3x squared plus 3x minus 2x minus 2 to be equals to 0. So with this we have 3x squared plus x, okay, minus 2 to be equals to 0. So now this is the first way to simplify it. We can say that it's equivalent to option A. Now let's proceed on to the next way. The second way to solve it now is we'll use the expression to generate quadratic formula from the roots. The expression says that the quadratic formula is x squared minus the sum of roots. So we have the two roots added together multiplied by x. Let's rewrite that. Minus the sum of the roots. Okay, then it is being added to the product of roots equals to 0. So we have the sum of roots, product of roots. So with this we can now simplify further. So we have the two roots to be 2 over 3 and minus 1. So let's add the two roots together. So we have x squared, the sum of roots will be 2 over 3 plus minus 1 into x, and the product of roots will be 2 over 3 multiplied by minus 1 to be equals to 0. So what we just have to do now is just to simplify this expression further. So simplifying the expression further, we have x squared minus 2 over 3 minus 1x, and this will result into minus 2 over 3. Okay, I hope we got that. Let's rewrite. So that's 2 over 3 minus 1, because when we multiply these two, it will result into negative. Plus 2 over 3 is equals to 0. So if you take the LCM of this sum of roots. So we have x squared minus, okay, simplifying this further using the LCM of 3, we have 2 minus 3x plus minus 2 over 3 is equals to 0. So with that, we have x squared minus 1 over 3 minus 1 over 3x, and we still have minus 2 over 3. So now what is left now is just to open the brackets. So let's open the brackets here with negative. So this will result into x squared plus 1 over 3x, and this will result into x minus 2 over 3 is equals to 0. So with that, we can now multiply all through by 3. Multiplying all through by 3 now, we will have this to give us 3x squared plus x minus 2 to be equals to 0. Now we can see that whatever method we have, we will have 3x squared plus x minus 2, 3x squared plus x minus 2, which is equivalent to option A. So you can choose to go with this formula or simply evaluate the factors from the roots, and you will arrive at the same answer. WAEC 2024 objective question number 20. The question says a piece of rod of length 44 meters is cut to form a rectangular shape such that the ratio of the length to breadth is 7/4. And we are asked to find the breadth. Now, the piece of the rod is made to form a rectangular shape. So let's draw a rectangle. We have the length and we have the breadth. Now, in view of this, we are given that the ratio of the length to the breadth is 7/4. So length over b is equals to 7/4. Okay, before we get there, the ratio of length to breadth is 7/4. So what we were saying is that L divided by B is equals to 7/4. Okay, let's put that in mind. So then cross multiply, we have 4L is equals to 7B. So we can call this equation 1. Or just say further, that's 4L minus 7B is equals to 0, which is equation 1. Now with this now, the question says a piece of rod of length 44 meters. So we are saying that the perimeter of the rod, or the length of the rod and the perimeter of the rectangle, is equals to 44 meters. So what is the perimeter of a rectangle? The formula for perimeter of a rectangle is 2 into L plus B. So 2 into L plus B is equals to 44. So with this, you can simplify further and say this is 2L plus 2B is equals to 44. We can divide all through by 2 just to reduce the values. So divide all through by 2. So we have length plus breadth is equals to 22. So we now have equation 2. We have equation 1, equation 2. What we are looking for exactly is the length of B. So now let's solve this simultaneous equation together so that we're able to evaluate the value of B. So let's bring them together. 4L minus 7B is equals to 0, and L plus B is equals to 22. So since we are looking for B, let's call this equation 1 and let's call this equation 2. Since we are looking for B, we come here and make L subject to formula. Come from equation 2 and make L subject to formula. So L will be equals to 22 minus B. So we can call this equation 3. So we can substitute equation 3 into equation 1, and equation 1 will result into, wherever we see L, we make 22 minus B. Minus 7B is equals to 0. So now we can find the value of B easily. Let's open the brackets, and this will be 88 minus 4B minus 7b is equals to 0. Minus 7b. So simplifying further, we have 88 minus 11b is equals to 0. So it is to know now that 88 will be equals to 11b, because 11b will move to the right hand side, and b will be equals to 88 divided by 11, dividing both sides by 11, and b is equals to 8. So we have the length to be equals to 8 meters. We can also evaluate the length. If the breadth is 8 meters, then from here we can evaluate the length to be equals to 22 minus 8, because it is 22 minus b. So b is equals to 8. Therefore, our length is equals to 14 meters rather. So we have b to be equals to 8 meters, length to be equals to 14 meters. And the question says find the breadth, and the breadth is equals to 8 meters, which is option A. So let's take a quick recap. We're given that a piece of rod 44 meters is cut into a rectangular shape with length and breadth. Now the perimeter of the rectangle is 2l plus b, which is equals to 44. Then we simplify it to have this expression 2. Similarly, we're given that the ratio of the length to the breadth is 7:4. So we have l plus l ratio b is equals to 7:4. Therefore, l divided by b is equals to 7/4. Then we have this equation of 4l minus 7b to be equals to 0. We have two equations, two unknowns, and we're able to evaluate the value of b and l.